Hello and welcome to AltheaSuite. Today I'm going to explain the penalties. You can also call them finance charges. So to get there, we're going to go into our sales module, and then we're going to go and find penalties. Now in this account, I've defined two different types of penalties. So the basic one up here, this late penalty one, if I modify this, now that we're here in the modified mode, we do need to name our penalty type. We need to specify how long it is in terms of days. We do need to specify the interest percentage. You just leave this as a whole dollar. So this is 5%. You don't need to put this in decimal form. And then we need to tell the system on the interest period segment. So we want to charge a daily 5% interest on invoices, for example, that go past 30 days. So if the invoice is on its 30th day, the interest does not get charged until the 31st day. We do have an option to call this a compounded interest, where it'll take the interest off of the new balance that gets charged from the previous interest. And I will explain that shortly. So this first late penalty, if we take a look at some of our sales invoices, so now that we're here in the invoices, we're going to go ahead and go to April's and look specifically at April 30th. So you can see I have three of these invoices right here that are on their 30th day. So if I go to receive payment against one of these, for example, this top one, context menu, and then we're going to go into receive payment. We're going to see this invoice, and over here, you can see the number of days due. So it's on its 30th day. And if we check that checkbox, you will see the adjusted pending amount, how you would do normally. But then next to that is the adjust penalty amount. And this will start to display the value of the penalty depending on which rule it follows. So it's 5% once it goes past the 30th day. So to emulate this, I'm just going to go into this invoice number right here for 811 Blue Harbor. And I'm going to change this date to be one day before on April 29th. I'm going to update the invoice date just to emulate what will happen once we start to look at things that go past their 30th day. So let's go to the 29th now. Here's that one that we just changed. If we go to the context menu now and then go into receive payment, you can see they get calculated. So now we're on 31. It used to say 30. Now if we go to the checkbox, scroll over to the right, you'll see that now we have a penalty amount of 44.05. Now, if we do the math, do 44.05 over 880.90, we'll get our 5%. So to show you this once again, go to our invoice, change the date once more. Let's change it to the 28th. So this will make it 32 days past. We'll go to that day too. Look at this invoice context menu, go to receive payment. You'll see now it says 32. Check that box over there, scroll to the right. Now we have our other interest there. So it's on the second day, so charge another 5%, but it's only going based off of the actual principal, so the A8090. Our other way of doing penalties is to do the compounded interest, which the interest will get charged off of the new balance after the first day and second day and so forth. So to show you that, let's go back over here. We're going to go into our penalties once again and look at our late penalty. So context menu to modify that. It's exactly the same, except I have checked this box. Once you check this box for the compounded interest, we can tell the system that there's an interest period. We can tell the system if there's an interest period. This will be in terms of months, so this could be 1 month where the compounded interest occurs, or 3 months and so forth. But for now, I'm going to leave it at 0. Now, for this compounded interest, I don't want to apply this to all my customers. I only want to apply that to a specific customer group, and the customer group that we've selected here is the ones that say bad debt. So of my customers that have bad debt, if I go back to my sales invoices, once within our invoices, we're going to go ahead and go back to April 30th. Now, this 509 Fitness happens to be one of the customers that are in that customer group, bad debts. So right now, if we go to their context menu, go to receive payment against this invoice, we'll check the box over the invoice. We're still on the 30th day, so there isn't any interest right there, no penalty. So let's do the same thing we did before. We're going to go and put the invoice in the view mode to change its date. Let's say the invoice was originally done on the 29th. We're also going to view the 29th. There's 509 Fitness right there. If we go to the context menu, go to receive payment. There, we're at 31 days now. We're going to check the box, scroll over to the right, and then there is our interest right now for the penalty. So if we did this math too, it would come out to that 5%. But as you remember, that contract rule does have that compounded interest. So now what we can do is go back, go ahead and put our invoice in the view mode, change the state, just like we did the previous one. We're going to make it so it's on the 28th. This will make it 32 days past. So 2 days worth of penalties. And in my contract rule, I have compounded interest. Once I apply that, go to my customer there, context menu, go to receive payments. You can see this invoice now is sitting at 32 days. We go and check the box, scroll over. Now you can see our adjusted penalty amount has dramatically increased. It's now at 121.32. That's because we never paid off the first penalty. So the second penalty got applied with the new interest rate on there, making us this value right here. So that is the difference between the compounded interest and the regular interest rate as far as the penalty goes in AltheaSuite. Thank you.